Hi, welcome to Service Binding Operator Developer meeting. So today we have one item in the agenda that is about a issue that we noticed recently in the developer console of the OpenShift. So there is a solution, but I want to get more feedback on that. And if you have any other agenda, please add into the topic. So okay, directly open my PR. That is the solution part. But the issue was that we have two service binding CRDs. Both has the same display name. So by the way, I noticed that it is possible to set a display name. The only thing in the world should be the value in the display name. So I decided to put like this. So this is the the cluster service version file, and I just want to know whether this is sufficient or any other. So the first service binding, the name is display name is kept it as service binding, but for the spec, the service binding from the other group API group, given this in bracket spec API. Is this okay?
Should we name the spec API? Should we have a different channel? Like, for example, we could name that it is alpha or beta or something like that to indicate that the spec itself is not complete. So our version is V1 alpha 1.
Yeah, this is also V1. Oh, this is alpha 2. Yeah, both are alpha right now.
Because the thing that I am thinking is that how do you choose one or the other? And I think knowing that it is spec API is important, but what do we need to communicate to the end user so that he is better? He will better understand which one he needs to choose. So I think maybe we should say preview service binding spec API, and we don't do that with we don't use the column.
Something like maybe we can say this is a preview something. This is going to look.
So look in the chat window.
Something like that.
Do you think it makes more sense?
Yeah.
I will say service
spec API in
service binding spec API preview, something like that.
But by the way, this PR you can directly comment there. Anyway, let me see. You said, oh yeah, bracket.
I should be able to comment. You're right.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll just make it. I think this is.
I have not clicked.
Copy this.
Do you think it makes more sense?
Yeah, I think preview somewhere would be helpful so that they can at least understand this is still is a developer preview. Do you want to share developer preview or just preview sufficient?
Preview is fine.
Okay. Okay. Then let me make it as a comment.
And in the description, I think it should be service binding for Kubernetes.
Oh, description also. Do you want to?
Yeah, I think we should make it clear in the discussion why.
Okay, then you can comment it here itself. Okay, in this PR.
They do explicitly call out this is this spec API.
Yeah.
Description.
But maybe we should put it early on. Let me. I will review. Put a comment.
Yeah.
And you can +1 or -1 if you don't like it. But
sounds good.
Okay.
One question though: do we need to check in with the ODC team to make sure that this will be sufficient to meet their needs?
Their needs is basically it's because they have been trying out service binding operator and they found this issue. So I think it's on our side to
Okay. So they're not betting anything or breaking anything on their side. This is just for
no.
Got it. Okay.
Mm.
I just didn't want to miss anything on there.
So
Okay.
Yeah, this
Uh,
was creating confusion and ambiguity.
Yeah.
That was the main problem. So
Got it.
and I would love if we are able to do a release of the operator like 0.9.1 for this.
Or .2, because I think .1 already went out with the security patch. Or not security patch, a fix.
So dot
.2.
two.
Do you know how to
Okay.
start that, Baiju?
Okay, actually, I was not that much comfortable. Maybe I'll check with Bama whether he has some idea.
Sure. And I think
Uh,
Pavel comes back on Monday. So if we
Okay.
and Predrag comes back on Wednesday. So if we need to, we can engage with them to help as well. But if you can talk to Bama about this, that might be a good place to start.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, once they're back, we can immediately make a release. Okay. I think Pavel aware of this thing because I can see he is making that.
Pavel is? Obama is?
Pavel knows the release process. That's my understanding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Do you have any other? Yeah, please feel to add you can add any comment here for the description. Already, by the way, there are two descriptions. The description is the one for the original API, and this is the description that is for the spec API. Both we can adjust if you want. Okay. Then documentation for service binding. How to make any service providers.
Yeah. So as you know, I'm reviewing your documentation at the moment.
Yeah. I can see that you're omitting, right? It's okay. I'm fine with that. So-
It doesn't bother you that I'm
No. I'm completely fine with that. So, but anyway, Sri was supposed to look into that one, but she is not. Again, I mean, she's not well.
Yeah.
So maybe we can wait for her feedback also.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think it's good that I have been able to review it. I think they are good. They are good things. You will see my comments when
Yeah.
So I'm doing commits, but I'm also doing comments at the same time, and I think I have not pushed my comments to the pull request yet. So you will see that after.
Okay.
But by reading and reviewing what you did, there is one document that is about provision service, which is nice in the sense that I know as a user how I can leverage a provision service and create a service binding for those services. So that's good. But I think what we are missing and what we should be adding is a documentation about how, if I am a service provider, how can I make my service compliant with the specification and become a provision service. Correct. So I will create an issue for that to make sure that we have this. To me, it's probably going to rely on some of the pieces that you already have.
Maybe that should help, I guess, that content. This is very extensive one. Maybe we can see. I can trim down this document to.
So
it's very lengthy.
I do believe that what we should be doing is adding a new section under the documentation where we have this document, but where we are also listing all the services that are considered as provision services. So this way, as a developer, I know which one are compliant with the spec and which one I should leverage in priority compared to the other one who are not compliant. So for example, if there are 2 operators for Redis, maybe I will choose the one that is compliant.
Yeah, I don't that evaluation they might be having more criteria when they're picking up, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm doing an oversimplification, but for the sake of service binding.
Okay, yeah. One of the criteria probably, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the feedback that I had. Otherwise, I think it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
You're saying that I can expand this similar to what I wrote in this blog post. Maybe I'll see how I can make it a bit short and because this was I tried intentionally made it very comprehensive, but I don't know whether that much comprehensive documentation is really necessary.
So honestly, I think the best for that is to run through an example. It will be to do how to.
Okay.
And for that, we can use the MongoDB operator. There is one MongoDB Kubernetes community operator. So this one.
Okay,
So,
you're sharing.
No,
Okay.
I'm pasting.
Oh,
it
yeah,
here.
pasting. Okay.
So I think my idea and my proposal on this would be that we do it for this one, and we submit the pull request.
Oh, okay.
And then we explain our work inside of a document, and then we can refer to that
This is not
into
Red Hat.
our document.
I mean, this is a community project, but
Yeah,
Red Hat is okay.
It's a community project.
Yeah, okay.
If we believe that it is interesting and that's the right flow, I am happy to try to engage with those folks and propose them to work with them. We can do that with Redis as well, as I told you. But yeah, so I do believe that we can do that on our own, submit a pull request, and then we can have a cool blog post about it that we will use at the moment of the 1.0 release as well.
Yeah. At least if we get the PR ready, maybe even if it's not get merged, that itself will be a good thing, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got that's a good thing. Anyway, this is I hope looks like it's very up to date and maintained. I can see very recent commits and also hope people will be taking a look.
But don't go too fast on this. We need to have documentation up and so on.
How to do this? So I already have the content. Like I think my blog post would be sufficient, but I'll see how we can make it fit into our documentation flow.
Yeah. So it should be in the docs.
Yeah. So that's it on this topic.
Yeah. And I remember there was a discussion going on with that DBus thing, but I think they're currently decided to use annotations for time being. That's what I understood from their issue. So otherwise, that was a good opportunity for us to influence and maybe make it as a provision service. I already approached them, but I think they're busy with maybe other work. So for now,
which one?
there is this is the Red Hat project. See, this is the one. Share the link. That this is what do they call database as a service for the I mean, I think it is for the what is it called? Managed services, right? Yeah, and
but they are making the database compliant with service binding.
Correct. As you can see, they support two things here. One is this is for the external services. I think, like for example, MongoDB Atlas. I think this is the I mean MongoDB's own managed services, but that they are enabling it. Another one is this Crunchy Bridge PostgreSQL. This is an offering from Crunchy, I think. So here in their documentation, you can see that they already defined the annotations for the service binding operator here. So this is, they documented it here, and I guess that they're going in this direction for now.
Mm.
Maybe I'll just make a note. Maybe I'm waiting for the response, but I haven't heard anything from them. So
Okay.
that's another potential candidate. Anyway, Red Hat is doing that. Okay. I just want to inform you that the work on the reference implementation started already. I mean, it is not at it started means at least the project repository is ready. There is a I'll
Can you
just
share a link?
yeah, 1 second. Let me try to keep. Okay, how do I keep a new bullet point? Like this. Yeah. Reference implementation is here. Okay, it is just named implementation. It doesn't look good. So this is the project, and there is a right now. Just a boilerplate code, no actual implementation. Okay, maybe by today's meeting I'll ask how we are planning. But there are already some discussion on related to this one, where Predrag and Shobik and all contributed some comments and all. So this is, I don't know how much time it's going to take to mature and all, but right now there's just a repository is there. They have the CI everything ready. I bootstrapped this project. Afterwards, Scott has made a lot of commits. So it's ready to start coding stage now. Yeah.
Great. There's a working group call later today.
Yeah.
So
That's going to be late. Yeah, after 3-4 hours, I think. And then, yeah, that other thing that I discussed, I hope we'll discuss in that meeting regarding the domain. I added that already into the agenda for that meeting. So regarding the API group name, I mean the domain related topic. So that is something. Anyway, right now this implementation is using that existing API group, which is service.binding, and with v1 alpha 2 as the version number. But once it goes to GA, at least it should be some beta 1. Yeah, so that change also. Yeah, and I have one question also, like maybe see this API version migration. This is the okay. Normally in Kubernetes world, what I noticed so far is the migration from one API version to another API version is supported from beta onwards. That means during alpha stage, normally I don't see any project supporting data migration. But from beta onwards, let's say if you release a beta 1, and that means, and then we make some changes into the API. Let's say we call it as maybe V1 or maybe beta 2 or something. At that time, we should start providing data migration. So this is something I observed. So my question is, do we right now we are providing something? Do we need to do something from alpha? Because I assume that our current version, whatever it is, it's going to be more used. So when we upgrade that into whatever the next version, should we support this data migration?
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. It's a little bit early. I don't think we need to worry. So it's a little bit early to worry about that.
Okay.
But you are right. That's something that we will need to care about, and we will need to
Okay.
to handle it
How's-
properly.
How soon will we need to worry about that?
Sorry?
How soon will we need to worry about that?
Yeah.
How soon? Whenever we are having beta or
I
right, I don't
think so how soon? At the time when we will need to release our API, which is probably something that we will do with the release.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is
I guess-
support for So normally, I mean, current we are using Operator SDK, which has, I believe, it has support for the API migration. So maybe we can confirm. If not, maybe it is possible, but that means we need to use the client API directly, not through the SDK. I remember there seeing some discussion around that. So support, I'll check that on whether it is there or support or not. Confirm. So yeah, otherwise it may be a bit hard for us. I mean, it is basically we can do this through webhooks. So only thing is that if Operator SDK has some that kind of support, I think it would be easy for us to create that kind of migration webhooks.
Okay, great.
Okay. Anything else?
For me.
Okay. Then I'll stop sharing my screen. By the way, I've already posted a link to get some feedback about the time slot that may be more comfortable for people. Again, for that also, I don't see any response in the. I pasted this in the Slack channel, asking for maybe better time for this particular meeting. Anything else?
Maybe do we need to reach out to the individuals directly? Like they may not necessarily be watching that Slack channel.
Okay.
Right? It's like, do we have a email? I think we have their email addresses. So if you think that makes sense to reach out to them, just send a note and just say, hey, here's a survey that we would like to get your feedback on in terms of a good time or better time for this meeting.
Yeah.
What does this team think?
Yeah, I think that I can do that. I hope that our meeting invite mail, those are the email address.
Yeah, they are. But let me also send you something else as well. Give me a second.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you offline. I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, then I'll send a mail to them asking to provide their feedback, and maybe based on that, if there is a real interest, we can change the time to little late. Also, I'm fine with that.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.